Hi everyone, my name is Courtney and I'm the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity in WinterPark-Maitland, and I'm here today to take you through this information session and share with you a little bit more about Habitat and the path to homeownership and the application process. So we're going to get started by talking a little bit about Habitat and what we believe and what we do. So our vision is a world where everyone has a decent place to live. Seeking to put God's love into action, Habitat for Humanity brings people together to build homes, communities, and hope. So at Habitat of WinterPark-Maitland, it's really cool because we're out there every Saturday on the job site with the volunteers, with other Habitat families, building the homes and all working together. And it's just a really great experience for everyone. So one of the most important things that we're going to talk about today is that Habitat is a hand up, not a hand out. So each of our partner families will make a down payment, make monthly mortgage payments, and invest hundreds of hours of their own labor into their home or the home of another Habitat family. So we're just going to point out right here that each of our families will make monthly mortgage payments. So this is a home ownership program. The application that you fill out is a mortgage application. So each of our families will make monthly payments towards a mortgage. Let's talk a little bit about the application process. Step one is to watch this online orientation. And then once you've done that, you're going to have a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more understanding of our program. And you're going to be able to decide that, yes, I think I meet the preliminary criteria initially, or no, I don't. So if you've decided that, yes, you do meet that criteria, we're going to invite you to fill out the interest form on our website. And once you do that, you're going to hear back from someone on our family selection committee, and they're going to tell you that, yes, you initially qualify, or no, you don't. So if you initially qualify, they're going to go ahead and send you the full mortgage application. It's really long. We're going to ask you for a lot of information and a lot of documentation. So you're going to have 30 days to get that all together and send it back to Habitat. So when we're looking at applicant families, there are three things that we're looking at. We're looking at need, ability to pay, and willingness to partner. And today we're going to talk about all three of those things so that you can get a better understanding of what they mean. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is examples of housing need. So some examples are that your current housing is considered inadequate. You are unable to qualify for a home in the open market. Your current living situation is transitional. So maybe you're living in a hotel or with a friend or with your parents, and it's just not a home that you will have for an extended amount of time. That would be considered transitional. Your current living situation is overcrowded. So this means that more than 2 people are sharing a single bedroom. So if you're sharing a single bedroom with 4 or 5 people, that would be considered overcrowded, and that would be considered a need. You must currently live or work in WinterPark-Maitland and have lived there for at least a year. So this is a big one. We serve the WinterPark and Maitland communities. So if you don't live or work in WinterPark-Maitland, or if you haven't lived or worked there for at least a year, you don't qualify for our program. Ability to pay. So this is the next thing that we're going to look at. So like I said before, this is a mortgage application. It is a homeownership program, and you will make monthly payments. So you must be able to afford those monthly payments. You must have a yearly gross income between 30 and 60% of the median income as set forth by Orange County, which is at least $38,150 and no more than $61,050 for a family of 4. So if you have 4 people in your family and you make less than $38,150 a year, you won't be able to afford the monthly payments. Or if you make more than $61,050, you probably qualify for a mortgage and can buy a home in the open market, so you also don't qualify for our program. The minimum income for a family of 2 is $32,004. So for Habitat of WinterPark-Maitland, if you make less than $32,004 annually, you do not qualify for our program because you just wouldn't be able to afford those monthly mortgage payments. So when you apply for one of our homes, we're going to go ahead and run a credit check. So if you don't have a credit score, you must provide us with some credit references. So be prepared to do that if you know that you don't have a credit score. You must show that your income is stable and is expected to continue into the foreseeable future. So buying a home is a big commitment, and agreeing to pay back a mortgage is a big commitment. So we need to know that your income is stable and expected to continue. All right, so we have this chart here to talk about the income requirements for our program. So in this column right here, you're going to see family size. And in this column, it's going to be the minimum annual income. So this is the minimum amount that you need to make annually to qualify for one of our homes. So if you come over here and you have a family size of 5, the minimum annual income that you need to make would be $41,250. So if you make less than that annually, you do not qualify. And then over in these two columns, we have the minimum gross monthly income and the maximum gross monthly income. So if you have a family of 3, you need to make at least $2,862 monthly, but you cannot make more than $4,579 monthly. So if you want, you can go ahead and pause this video on this slide right here and find your family size over here and then look at your monthly income and see if you're in between these two numbers. So the third thing that we're going to look at is willingness to partner. So this is a big one. So we are agreeing to partner with all of our Habitat families, and we want to make sure that they're committed to the program and willing to partner with us. So you must be able to complete sweat equity hours. This is part of your down payment. So each family must complete a total of 500 sweat equity hours before closing. So you're going to have a lot of Saturdays on the job site working with the volunteers and other Habitat families, and it's going to add up to 500 hours at the end. So that's considered part of your down payment. Each family must complete their first 100 hours of sweat equity within the 4 months of approval. So this is just kind of a way to show that you're committed to the program and willing to partner by getting those 100 hours done within the first 4 months. Each applicant must complete the required home buyer classes. So since you are purchasing a home, you are going to be required to take some classes about home ownership, about home maintenance, about what it means to have a mortgage. So those are just things that are going to help you understand the commitment that you're taking on. Applicants must be responsible in the maintenance of their home and their lawn from the time that they move in. So since it is your home, you're responsible for all of the maintenance on the home. You're responsible for keeping your lawn trimmed and looking nice and just maintaining the home in good condition. Applicants are responsible for paying their mortgage loan in a timely manner so that other families can benefit from the homeownership program. So when our families make their monthly payment each month, we're using that money to build new homes. So it's really important that you pay your monthly mortgage on time every month so we're able to continue doing what we do. So deselection. So there are a few things that could happen during the process that could be cause for deselection from the program. So the applicant committed fraud on the application or during the application process. So if you provided false information or just weren't honest on your application, that would be cause for deselection. The applicant is no longer able to meet the ability to pay requirement. So maybe you had a financial change, your situation changed, and you lost your job or got a different job, and you just can no longer afford the monthly payments. That would be a reason that you would be deselected. The applicant did not complete requirements discussed in the partnership agreement. So like we discussed before, you have the sweat equity, you have the home buyer classes, and just a bunch of different things that are expected of the applicant family. So if you don't complete some of those requirements, that would be cause for deselection. The applicant does not pass the sex offender or criminal background check guidelines. So we're going to be running criminal background checks and sex offender checks on all of our applicants. So if you are to not pass one of those, that would be a reason that you're just not a good fit for our program. So let's talk a little bit about the Habitat home. They're going to be 3 bedrooms, 1 bath with 1,100 square feet of living space. They're all going to have a covered porch at the front entrance, a sodded lawn, vinyl flooring, a water heater, electric range, refrigerator, and central AC. And here on the next slide, we have a picture of one of our homes. This one was built 3 or 4 years ago. And as you can see, they're really cute, gray houses, and we're really proud of them, and our families are happy to call them home. All right, so what happens next? We're almost done with this information session. So now you have a little bit more information about Habitat, and you can decide that, yes, I think I initially qualify based on what you heard today, or no, you don't. And if you think that you do, you can go ahead and fill out that interest form and start getting any documents ready that you might need to provide to Habitat. And once we get back to you and let you know that you do qualify or you don't, we will be sending you the mortgage application, and that's when you have the 30 days to send it back to us. So during that time, you should start gathering all of your requested documents and getting everything ready. And we also would love to see you come out to the job site and volunteer with us, and come see what Habitat is all about. If you're approved, you're going to receive your approval letter in the mail, and then you're going to be assigned family partners. So these family partners will be there for you throughout the whole process to answer any question that you might have and just support you during your path to homeownership. And so now is when you can start working towards your sweat equity hours. So before you're approved, if you come out to the job site and work with us on a home, that's just, you're coming out as a volunteer. But once you get that approval letter, you will be counting towards your sweat equity hours, that count towards your sweat equity hours that are required at closing. And now is also when you want to start saving for your cash contribution at closing. So all of our families are required to contribute $2,000 at closing. So it's really important that you start saving for that so you can have that ready when it's time to close on your home. If you're denied, you will receive a denial letter, and we just recommend that you keep working. And if you feel that Habitat is a good program for you, you keep working on your situation and come back to us when you're ready and you meet our qualifications. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to us, give us a call, email us. We're happy to talk to you, answer any of your questions, and just be there to support you throughout the process. I really appreciate you joining me for this video, and I hope that you learned something and that you have a better understanding of how we do things at Habitat. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon.